Good afternoon, everybody. This is Joe Montalvo from Writers of the Future. We're out in Los Angeles for the award ceremonies, and we've been talking with authors and illustrators from Writers of the Future's awards. And right now we have Will Knight with you. So, Will, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Howdy. Well, I'm an artist working in animation, broadcast animation, and advertising in Los Angeles, California. I do background design, layout, background painting, and concept art.
I forgot to ask the other guy this question. I asked it to you. Where do you want this to take you? First off, tell me what got you interested, and then tell me where you expect this to take you.
The contest?
No, I'm talking about being an illustrator.
In a professional lens, I see this taking me to an art director position and then eventually being my own boss in a creative industry. In a more existential or philosophical direction, I see getting better at art as a lens for understanding the world and my life. And the better I get at art, the better I get at understanding other ineffable or abstract
So,
concepts.
since you said that, let me ask you this: when you're illustrating, and so you're reading a book, or you're something a company calls you and says, "We want this," okay, and you're doing illustration. What's the process for you? How does it start? I mean, is it just pops in your head? Do you have to think about it a while?
I like to sit back with a nice, refreshing beverage and let it marinate. And then usually something comes in there in my head, and then I pop out a couple thumbnails, and one thing leads to another. And all of a sudden, holy smokes!
One
An
day I'll show you
illustration
how
on my
hard
head.
y'all will laugh your butts off. If it's a girl, it's a stick with hair. If it's a guy, it's a stick with no hair. I'm just being honest. I have this much drawing talent. But I do like trying. I actually cheated one time. I got one in programs where it does it for you. Just kind of that just bites.
You gotta show me one of those.
But you know what? Bringing that up because we have 27 websites because we host a lot of different things. I'm involved in a lot of different things, including my other business that pays for everything. I know a lot of people are going to be looking for y'all. Now that you've won, your name will be out there a little bit more. Some of the big names are here already. Some of the big illustrators are here. A lot of the big authors are here. It's got to be a boost for y'all, for these guys to have pictures. So how does it make you feel?
Flattered.
Yeah, it's good. It's so you feel everything treating you good, taking good care of you.
Oh yeah, everyone here is real nice.
They are really nice. So when you submitted this, did you think this was going to be truly a blind draw? Because a lot of people tell me, "Oh, I don't really think it's going to be a blind draw." Don't feel bad because I gave John Goodwin a whole year. I called him a liar. We're good friends now, but whole year I said, "Wait, man, you want something? You gotta want something. I don't know what it is, but you want something." I said, but with the artwork, the first thing I asked him was, is it proprietary to them or to y'all?
Mm-hmm.
And when he said it was y'all, I said, well, let me get this straight. I said, so they submit, they don't know who they are, what color, what sex, any of that. The judges just get the artwork and look at it, and then you still get to keep it and use it later. That's unheard of in the industry. Usually, if you win, they keep your artwork, or they'll give you a percentage off the artwork, but they usually want it. So in your case, I think there's a lot of avenues you can go to. I mean, there's a lot of people looking for really good illustrators. I know being in the city of New Orleans right now, 6 gaming companies have recently came down. They're looking for illustrators. They're looking for about 75 of them right now for people who can illustrate for the games that they're designing right now. So they're not necessarily looking for programmers, even though they're looking for those as well. But they're looking for somebody to do the illustration so that the programmers can take it and put it into the computer and through code. So I know that they're looking for a lot of them. That's why I wanted to talk to everybody today because it is something that they're looking for down there. The guy who designed World of Warcraft, he just brought his business down there. He's hiring 75 people at $150K plus. So
Nice.
Right out the door, and I know for a fact he's looking for at least 12 illustrators. Then he's also looking for programmers and designers and things like that, and story writers as well. So I was telling that because a lot of times authors forget, just like illustrators forget, gamers need that. You have to have a storyteller in there. There's a story going on. A lot of times they're cheesy stories, but still, you still got to have the story, and you still got to have the artwork. And they're going to want to put a lot of the artwork out in the game. Instead of taking screenshots, they can just go ahead and take the original illustrations and put them out there because that's what's going to be in the game anyway. So it's a good way to go. So any aspirations for the future, in the near future, or are you just going to keep plugging away at it?
Right now, I'm looking to kind of shift. A lot of my work I'm doing is in advertising still. You were talking about gaming, and
Yeah, it's a lot of money in advertising.
I've done a lot of work for video game release trailers, and it's funny you mentioned how they make a lot of promotional art because most trailers are a mix of actual gameplay footage, stuff that's designed in the game, and then theatrical footage that's shot later in CG. I'm looking to transition more into broadcast animation. I've done some work for Cartoon Network. I'm just trying to build on that and also expand my gallery presence. I usually do a show a year, so I'm trying to do more of that.
I heard them all talking about making sure you catch the conferences like Dragon Con. There's a lot of them that go on. I know a lot of times for up and coming people, it's a lot harder. Conferences are expensive to travel to if you're not invited. I usually, before COVID, I was usually about 12 a year, but I get paid to go. It's different. But in all fairness, when I started in this industry 22 years ago, 25 years ago, I paid to go to the conferences. The first thing I do is I look for the ones closest to me and I go to those. And eventually they expanded out. As my companies grew, I could afford a lot more. Now that my major company, my construction company, is making money hand over fist, I can do whatever the hell I want. So it's a different thing. And I'm going to tell you, being your own boss is a great thing. It's a lot more work, but it's a great thing because right now you see where I'm at in LA. My partner's in New Orleans. We just had Ida come through, wiped out all kind of damage. He's down there taking care of business while I'm out having fun. And so you just make a lot more money that way. And you get a lot more in the long run. It's more satisfactory. So you get more satisfaction out of it. But not to say corporations pay big money, so you don't even want to know what my illustrator pays for our websites. I told her I'm fire, she don't get cheaper. She makes $75,000 a year from us, and she probably works 4 months out of the year, maybe 5. Don't get me wrong, she's fantastic. She does great artwork. She can't design a website to save her ass, but she does great artwork. We actually have a website design. I used to do all of that, but I don't do any of that shit anymore. Somebody else do it. Yeah. I just don't have the time. And websites, just like artwork, it takes time. It takes a presence. But if y'all get stuff that you ever want featured on a website, let me know. I'm more than happy to do it. The website does about 15,000 visits a day. So it's just a nice place to have it up there. Plus, a lot of times we'll do featured art. So during Christmas, we give away a buttload of books, but we also feature artwork through the holidays. Some that's for sale, some that's for free, and some just for people to take a look at to find new artists because I do have we work with, not including Galaxy Press, with 14 publishers. So some of them really bite, but still, it's kind of a relationship that had to happen because we do so much radio. And like my host, Jeffrey, he works with 2 publishers. Deneen works with 2 publishers. So it kind of spreads out across the group. But it gives us a big presence in the publishing world, which is nice for us. And it's good for y'all because they're going to be paying attention. Just before I left to come up here, I actually contacted 5 other publishers and told them where we were being. They were all interested. They really like Writers of the Future. They say a lot of good artists come out of here and a lot of good writers come out of here every year. So I'm looking forward to seeing all y'all's artwork. And so I can say, well, I know him. I talked to him. I like bragging, man. Oh, yeah, y'all rich and famous. I need a favor, man. But anyway, why don't you give the website wherever they can find you?
Yeah, sure. At. So again, my name is Will Knight with a K, and my website is willknightstudio.com, and my Instagram handle is willknightwill.
Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 Instagram accounts.
Oh man,
I got 4.
I remember.